Aquatic Concepts sponsors Project Piaba. Hey everyone, George here, and welcome back to the channel. So I have been wanting to do a follow-up on that 75-gallon that I had all of the fish that were looking so horrible here a couple of, maybe a month and a half ago. And I've been meaning to do a follow-up video to show you how that all turned out. I want to let you know that all of those fish are in fantastic shape and doing really well. Before I show you that footage, I want to ask you to go ahead and take a minute to subscribe to the channel, give me a like on this video, and continue to leave your comments down below. They're very important to me. And like I said, I'll always get back to you within 24 to 48 hours typically. And if I cannot answer your question, I will find somebody who can and make sure that I get that information to you. Now, one of the things I want to tell you about the 75-gallon, if you did not watch the video on that, I will leave that in the description down below here and give you an opportunity to go back and look at these fish in comparison to what they look like now. This has been an amazing recovery, to be honest with you. When you see these fish, you're going to wonder how I ever was able to save them. I didn't lose a single fish, which was amazing. Now, I'll explain to you, if you don't want to watch the video, I'll explain to you real quick what happened and give you an idea before you see the footage that I'm going to show you in a few minutes here. I will explain to you a little bit about what happened. Basically, what I was doing is I was medicating this 75 for a fungal issue that a couple of the Discus had, and since it's a community tank, I basically had to treat the whole tank. So I did that, and when that medication had run its course and everybody was looking good, I basically did several water changes on the tank. I also ran carbon, so I was very confident that I had pretty much gotten everything out of the tank as far as medication for that fungal issue. And I was scheduled to do a dewormer, which I put off about 3 or 4 days after I took the carbon out of this particular tank and thought that the tank was in perfectly good shape. And what happened is I put the dewormer in, and within an hour, maybe hour and a half, I walked by the tank, and basically many of them had darkened up to the point where they were unrecognizable as far as colors and stuff like that. Many of them who couldn't darken up, obviously, you know, your reds and your yellows and things like that can't really darken up very much. So that's unfortunate, but you could see the slime coat sloughing off many of them. Some of them were laying on the bottom of the tank and acting as though they were disoriented. Some of them were gasping for air at the top of the tank. Of course, I did an immediate water change on it and hoped, you know, that I could pull these guys out of it, but it really was not looking good. I did have to do a bunch of water changes and really leave the fish with just some salt in the water. That basically I was instructed to do by one of my friends, Gabe Posada, down at Watley Discus. The guy's a genius. He absolutely gave me the exact application on how to get these fish back going again, and the salt treatment really worked. So when you see this footage, you're going to be amazed at the difference in what the fish look like after this happened and what they look like now. Again, thank you for joining me today. I truly appreciate it. I hope that you will take a minute to subscribe to the channel, as I said. Also, give me that like and leave those comments down below. A lot of the new subscribers have been coming from people who have been sharing my videos with other people, and I really appreciate that. That means the world to me. I also want to take a minute to thank those of you. When I lost all of my Discus fish in the 120 that leaked, so many of you were so generous with your concerns and your thoughtful comments. Then I want to tell you how much I appreciated that. It's difficult, even though I have many tanks and a lot of different Discus fish. You get attached to fish that you've known for a long time. That was one of my oldest tanks that I had. Some of those fish I'd had for 5 or more years, and it was very, very difficult on me to lose all those fish just because I had gone out of town and had something leak where I was only gone for a couple of days, so I didn't think this was going to be an issue. In fact, I wasn't feeding the fish for that 2 days. I typically, if I go out of town for a couple of days, I just basically hold back on food so that the fish don't get in a situation where there is ammonia or nitrites in the water because they're being overfed by somebody else or whatever. And so anyways, as you know from the video, that 120 leaked and I lost all of those fish, which was a horrendous thing to have happen, but those kind of things happen. So make sure that you're checking your tanks and looking at them closely. I don't think I could have done anything on that particular situation. That was a leak that just kind of came about with absolutely no warning at all. Usually if you see something like that, in fact, that's the first tank I've ever had leak. These are really high quality tanks that I get, typically Waterbox, JBJ, a lot of different high quality tanks that I bring in, rimless tanks that are expensive, and you don't expect those kind of things to happen, but you know that they can. Anyways, take a minute to watch this video when we're done here. Thanks for joining me today, and we will see you on the next one. And that footage of the fish looking fantastic, I might say, is coming up in just a second here. Enjoy that. And like I said, check out that old video if you can, which I'll put in the description down below. And you can kind of compare what they look like then and what they look like now. Again, thanks for joining me, and I will see you on the next one.
Thank you.